So the breaking news today is that Pete Obi and his wife Margaret Obi are no longer together. My source is, bros, I cannot lie for you. So yesterday, why all of us were admiring this video of Pete Obi and his wife that surfaced the internet yesterday while they were at an event, everybody, even those that do not like him, was even us that were single, we are saying, God, when? Only for me to wake up this morning and someone that he and I share the same breath in the same country decided to wake up and say, this place is so boring, let's spice things up, let me find something to write. I've not written something bad about P2B recently, but he has not done anything. What will I write? Oh, look at this video, see how him and the wife are hugging. They are not hugging like people that are in a strong relationship. They did not hug too tight, they did not even kiss, so that means this marriage has broken up. And so that is how this person opened his Twitter. He goes by the name High Chief Lawrence Okoro. I don't know if this person is truly an Okoro. No Igbo person will make this kind of mistake by writing this kind of jargon because it is not done anywhere. Look at what this person wrote. He says, no husband and wife will leave home together for an event, arrive there and start greeting each other like strangers whose path just cross. He is referring to the hug that P2B and the wife shared on the event, somebody's wedding. Yeah, they should have grabbed each other and start kissing and start smooshing and start doing everything so that they will impress you, Abi. Let's go on. He also said, I am very sure that after the 2027 election, we will hear the full story. He has not heard the full story. But for the sake of politics, they can keep acting. Hey, Nigerians, I just hope that this person is not being paid to write this kind of jargon, because if he is one of those people that are being paid to come and write trash about P2B, and now if I'm the one in charge of the payment, I see you write this kind of nonsense, I will not pay you for that month, seriously, because you think that we are in child's play, Abi. But I do not blame the boy when you do not see anything serious to write about the man, when you wait the whole year so that the man will misbehave. You did not see. What will you start writing? You will start like, P2B, seems like this your clothes, you did not wash it, let me post it. Another person that reasons like him with the name Delta Boy with Lagos swag. From the name, you will know. He also said, that one wrote in the comment section of this particular post now, there has been 0 time we have seen the woman privately with Peter Obi. So they will share their private moments with you. I did not know. Sorry, sir. When Peter entertains guests at home, she is never around with him. He is always the one entering kitchen to serve. African men's mentality. Men know they enter kitchen. Let's go on. The man's home is broken. For the sake of politics, they are forming. But we are not stupid. Are you sure? Delta Boy with Lagos swag. Are you sure that you are not stupid? Are you sure? We need to check. We need to evaluate. We need to check some certain things in your body, in your head, to ascertain and be able to be sure that truly you are not stupid. But for now, that's a story for another day. Guys, it was just recently that I uploaded a video that Randy Peter made concerning P2B. In that video, Peter made it like, we are not close to P2B now. It is those that are close to P2B that can tell you just small of how the man's schedule, his life is, his busy life is. We have been hearing, in fact, people see these things, not like they do not see it, they see it. But Peter just spent one day with P2B, and he came online to tell us that he does not know where this man gets his strength. One time he is in Abuja, the next minute he is in Delta, the other time he is in Ogoja. In a whole of one day, this man can go in 3 states. He can travel outside the country and come in again for another event. P2B? So that is the man. You expect him to be seen with him and the wife all the time, or you expect him all the time to be carrying his wife all about so that you would think that he is in a happy home, Abi? Anyway, if we are going to be using this same matrix for everybody, for other presidential aspirants, let's look at some other ones. Let's start with Showore. I heard that Showere's family are staying abroad. I've never seen his picture or video with the wife. Does this mean that him and the wife are not together? I'm asking this question since we are following the same guideline, Abi. What about Atiku? He's also a presidential aspirant. Because what these things that they are saying now is that since he and the wife has broken off, that means he cannot take care, he cannot handle his family. How does he want to handle a country? Let's look at other ones, other politicians. How many of them have you seen with their wife going about this kind of meetings, this kind of like their tight schedules? How many of them have you seen with their wife? I am asking you because at least once in a while we see P2B with his wife. How many of those ones have you seen at all with their wives? They will not answer this. Okay, if we are also going with that, how many times have we seen P2B with his children? P2B has children, like, yes, 3 children. Ever since he started this presidential aspiration of a thing, how many times have you seen him with his children? Or should we now come and say those children does not actually belong to him? Because if he is the father, how come we have not seen him with his children for how many years now? No picture or video. This man has not seen his children. Are you sure those children are his children? You see how stupid this thing sounds. I don't know if they actually think before putting this kind of thing out there. Like you wrote this kind of post and want people to read it. You want to give us migraine? What do you want us to start thinking that could be wrong with you? Because obviously, it cannot be the same sense that I'm using, that this person that wrote this will be using. But like I said before, I understand them. I understand them in the sense that if you wait for someone to misbehave and you did not see, and you really need to write bad thing about that person, what will you do? You start capping. You start writing like anything, let it be say you drop something. But this one is really, should I say stupid? I don't like insulting people. Anyway, I want to show you this video so that you will know, for those that do not know or pretend to know. Because one thing I will always do, anytime they try to pretend to know, I will remind them so that it will be fresh on their memory. Take a look at this video. Watch it and learn P2B and his lifestyle so that you will tell me if this is the kind of man. If you are this kind of man, you will be seen everywhere with your wife. Just pay attention. This is an important video. I'm just seeing this video this morning, and even though I've always known that P2B is like highly qualified, after watching this video I was like, who is this man again? Just take a look.
So let me give you who this person is. The man Peter Obi. Number one, he has a lot of experiences in the banking and finance sector. He was the youngest chairman of Nigerian Bank, that's Fidelity Bank. At the age of 34 years in 1994, he became the chairman and the highest shareholder of Fidelity Bank. He moved Fidelity Bank from Tier 3 to Tier 2. He led Fidelity Bank to Tier 2 status in year 2000. He set blueprint for Fidelity IPO. He led the groundwork for Fidelity Bank to go public in year 2005. And 17 years of consistent dividend. Fidelity Bank was paying dividend to all shareholders for 17 years before he left that position. There was no CBN bailout for Fidelity Bank when he was the chairman of Fidelity Bank, because during the recession, economic recession in Nigeria, virtually all banks were calling for CBN to bail them out. Fidelity Bank stand tall and became Tier 1 bank. It helped Fidelity Bank to be among the Nigerian Tier 1 banks alongside First Bank, UBA, Zenith Bank. He was the chairman, Guardian Express Mortgage Bank Limited, chairman, Future View Security Limited, Peter Obi, chairman, Paymaster Nigeria PLC, Peter Obi, director, Guardian Express Bank PLC, director, Charms Nigeria PLC. Charms Nigeria PLC is also in the Nigerian Stock Exchange. You can buy stock from Charms. You can make money. It's a telecommunication company, and he is also a director, Emerging Capital Limited, director, Card Center PLC, chairman, Board of Securities and Exchange Commission, that's SEC. While he was the Board of Securities and Exchange Commission, he was offered a lot of money, apartment. He refused. He was sleeping in his own private house, and he was given allowance. He at the same time refused to collect it. He was serving the country in those office, and he was the first Nigeria to not accept any of those allocations or allowances that is entitlement. And Peter Obi is the chairman, the CEO, Nest Nigeria International Limited. In the 1990s, he was the founder, Nest Cash and Carry. He built one of the Nigerian largest indigenous retail malls, expanded Nest International to UK. He opened branches in the UK in 1995. Nest International UK, they were making a revenue that was over £85 million annually, and import a lot of products into Nigeria. He headed the marketing management company that imported NX salad cream.
Show love
Ovaltine.
Tap.
I want
to
please show love. I love TikTok. Well done. Thank you. Just comment. And he was the chairman Nest International Nigeria Limited, leading international manufacturers and marketer of leather products. In professional membership and roles, so Peter Obi is a member Nigerian Economic Summit Group, member Nigerian Chartered Institute of Bankers, member British Institute of Directors, member Commonwealth Business Council, member West Africa Business Committee, member British Nigeria Business Council, member Nigerian South African Chamber of Commerce. Then as a governor in Anambra State from 2006 to 2014, I'm going to read to you so that you can know who Peter Obi is. Peter Obi was known for rule of law, order and discipline in government. He reduced the cost of governance. He cut ministries from 37 to 20 and merged parastatals to reduce duplication. He cut overhead cost, reduced official costs, banned siren for officials except in emergency situation. And that's the same thing that is happening in diaspora. When your governors is passing, you won't even know. When your mayor is passing, you won't know. Nobody blown siren like a Chris man, the way that Nigerian politicians are doing. Peter Obi said only emergency ambulance should move with siren, and that is the truth. Usually it's about buying mama to mama cause traffic everywhere. The citizen employ him into office and is supposed to respect the office of the citizen, which is the highest office in the land, and not for you to block us into the 177 enter 10 kukiri. He was doing a lot of personal engagement with development partners from inception to the delivery level. The same thing, Alex Oti Sheni, Abia State. He ensured that he monitored the projects from budget delivery, budget allocation to the implementation, from the startup to the end. There was transparency with donor funds. He met the benchmark for transparency, accountability, and faithful use of donor funds. There was a peer review participation that was done, and Anambra State became the first state to undergo national peer review via the state's peer review mechanism with DFID. There was a lot of discipline in payments. You can go and verify at the period Peter Obi was the governor in Anambra State, no teacher, no civil servant, no pensioners, no contractors were owed gratuity, pension, salary, or certificate of payment as of December 2013. In education, he actually done a lot, and he returned 1,040 primary schools to original mission owners, the Catholic, the Anglican, back in Anambra State, and 6 billion naira grants was budgeted, released, and allocated for the return of schools. He funded rehabilitations of school until they meet standard in the country. He improved educational standard. He became known for improving standard across the state. He built vocational and technical education. That is, he was the one that established Anambra State Technical and Vocational Education Board. He renovated technical colleges and vocational training centers. He was awarded the best governor on educational award. Your president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, never received any award on education. Peter Obi was the best governor on education. Go and verify. He was awarded by National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria in 2014. He paid NECO exam fees for 148 inmates across correctional facilities in Anambra State. He gave the platform so that prison inmates could have opportunity to be educated. And then he donated to schools, 10 million naira to College of Health Technology in Newi, 5 million naira to Vocational Academy Ozumbulu, and he advocated education for inmates. Kenneth DK Library construction was done by him. He developed the Ngwari campus of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University with faculty buildings and road electrifications. Those are the things you can see and you can testify. There are evidence-based developments that he did in Anambra State. Tap, and then you can comment. You can give Queen roses while I continue to read this out. In the health sector, he established an Anambra State Health Insurance Scheme for affordable health care so that they can bridge access to health care for people in Anambra State. Everybody should be able to have access to health care irrespective of your economic status. And that is the responsibility of our government. That's what we expect. That's the constitutional responsibility. He ensured there's free maternal and child health care services in Anambra State. That reduced the maternal and child rate of people in Anambra State. He constructed healthcare facilities across the state. There was accreditation of health institutions. We had about 12 institutions that were accredited by 2014. Before he became the governor in Anambra State, none among all of these accredited health facilities were accredited. But when he became the governor, he did the miracle. Anambra State University Teaching Hospital was completed and upgraded from Cottage Hospital in October 2009. And there was a Golden Jubilee Award in 2015 that was given to Peter Obi for contribution to healthcare at St. Charles Borromeo Hospital. Odumegu Ojukwu Teaching Hospital was developed by Peter Obi in Akwa. Modern lab facilities was added to the facilities. He developed consulting clinics, cold rooms. They were all added to the teaching hospital, which never had it before now. That means if you need to do blood transfusion, it will be difficult because there's no cold room. If you need to take some vaccines, it will be difficult because there's no cold room. And so he also did partnership with missions in healthcare delivery. Lest I forget that Anambra State was rated at 26 before Peter Obi became a governor in education. But when he became a governor, for the last 3 years in his office, Anambra became the first consecutively in WAEC, in NECO. They had the best students in the history. Lagos was never first. Really, even while Bola Ahmed was there. Go and verify. Roads, bridges, and infrastructure. Peter Obi constructed the first flyover in Anambra State, Nkpo flyover. So he constructed and rehabilitated multiple roads and bridges, which also improve accessibility. Over 400 roads were constructed by his, by Peter Obi, while 91 was done by his predecessor. Anambra State had 41 bridges, as at the time Peter Obi left office. There were 28 bridges constructed by Peter Obi himself out of those 41. So he took over and completed Old Enugu Road from the federal government. Pedestrian bridge was done at Unizik Junction. He rebuilt the bridge at Okwa Mpagu Road. He built the Enugu Road, that's Agwoka Road. He completed the first phase of the State Secretarial Complex. He completed the second phase of the State Secretarial Complex. He built the first Secretarial Complex to scatter all the ministries, to house the scattered ministry. He commenced the 3-arm zone, the government house, legislative building, and judiciary building. He also constructed the Women Development Center. Lest I forget that Women Development Center was the first initiative of the wife of Babangida, Miriam Babangida, that established better life for rural women. And the wife of Sonia Abacha also took intervention. They were doing some of those things. While your first lady, Yawo Bola Ahmed, is distributing 50,000 for Akara and then Kuli Kuli. So, Skill Acquisition Center was constructed. Ekweme Square development was done. And Peter Obi did the first poverty mapping in Nigeria. There was no governor, no state in the history of Nigeria that did the poverty mapping in order to reduce poverty in the country. But Peter Obi did for his state. And area mapping of Akwa was also done. He did the structural plan for Oka Capital Territory in Onitsha, Nnewi. Peter Obi attracted World Bank NEMP map for erosion and watershed management. Erosion control mechanism was put into place and water corporation was inaugurated. Hydrophone housing model was first done, which was the first in Nigeria modern history, using 95% of mud for affordable home for the poor masses. And he did a lot of youth empowerment and creative economic initiative. Anambra State Creative Arts Council was established by Peter Obi. So now let me tell you some little things about him. Peter Obi established the first sovereign wealth savings in sub-Saharan Africa. There's no state in the history of Africa where the state will keep money for future investment of the state. Peter Obi did it. Your father, when he was the governor of Lagos State, he actually put Lagos in debt. Gbèsè ló jẹ́ tó fi kúrò lórí oyè tó hand over fún Fashola. Peter Obi ò jẹ gbèsè, ó kówó lẹ̀, ó tún ṣe investment ìfọjọ́ iwájú Anambra. He left 500 million equivalent in investment, local foreign currency, and $156 million in bonds for Anambra. Anambra became the debt-free. In fact, that was the first state in the history of Nigeria to be a debt-free. Your father was the state that has the highest number of debts. Is on record. Go and fact-check it. But Anambra was debt-free. No borrowing for bonds or for projects. Peter Obi made Anambra to become the least indebted state, rated by Nigerian Debt Management Office, DMO. Go and verify. Anambra State became the most financially stable state, rated by Nigerian Senate. He hosted ambassadors, high commissioners from US, from UK, from Russia, from European Union, South Africa, Belgium, Israel, Netherlands, Canada. That means he has that partnership with foreign government, and it was more accessible. And Peter Obi ended the Brèak state status. Anambra was blacklisted before his tenure. Anambra became the only state until man jí governor gbé. Wọ́n máa ń jí governor gbé ní Ngige tó wà ní APC nísìn. Wọ́n jí gbé, wọ́n kidnap odidi governor. Anambra was known for terrorism, for kidnapping, for banditry. But Peter Obi came in and all of those things disappeared. That is some of the characteristics you see in somebody that is carrying grace. Peter Obi is carrying too much grace that can cause sleepless nights to the camp of APC. He was the best state in development partnership, adjoined for commitment to reforms. He invested in Interfat beverages, Sawmiller, and invested 1.95 billion investment, which also held about 407 million shares in international brewery for Anambra State. Ejo share wo ni Lagos State ní bí ó jẹ́ gbèsè kàkà kí Lagos ní share lẹ́ni company Tinubu ló ní share wọn àtàwọn family ẹ̀ then wá fi Lagos sí gbèsè ẹ lọ verify equity partnership model. He used savings to take about 10 to 20% equity in investment like Chinese model. LG Electronic Training Center was built in Anambra State. That was the largest in Africa in partnership with Peter Obi as the governor of Anambra State. Then he also gave enabling environment to Juhe Pharmaceutical that was commissioned in his tenure that established parental drug factory to want to produce ogun to meet international standard and that had the WHO pre-qualification license to produce all these medications. Ewo le nse leko, igbo lo nta leko. Wọ́n tin company tó ń produce ogun nígbà tí Tinubu wà ńbẹ̀. Igbo gbana nǹkan tó ń gbé nìyẹn. Anambra became an oil producing state during his tenure. Let's go to transparency. Accountability in savings investment 48.6 billion in Peter Obi saved in local currency. The evidence are there, you can fact check it. $156 million saved in dollar bonds. Evidence are there, go and verify. Fund and mark for salaries. 2 years salary was covered for all new civil servants. To anybody will for work on o set aside ni. I want Lagos State man gbe placard to man protest kan to rowo oṣù kan to rí salary gba ngba tí Bola Ahmed tó jẹ́ governor Lagos State. Peter Obi built funds. He established funds for hotel, for malls, for road. He set aside Aguli Onitsha hotels, Okwane malls. Critical roads were constructed. Long-term investments that will yield results in 2050 was established, structured to grow to $1 billion by 2030 at 6% interest rate. He has planned for the future of Anambra State. Even while he's no longer the governor of Anambra State, there's future and it has been secured for Anambra by single decision and his governorship. But in Lagos State, debt Emerson gbèsè títí ẹ máa fi kúlẹ̀ kò gbèsè ní 100% gbèsè. 1,000 small-scale enterprises were targeted, were empowered, were developed, were supported by Peter Obi when he was the governor of Anambra State. He had a no-borrowing policy. There was no borrowing. He was not a loaner. He was not Ololo. He was not a chief loaner. He was not Oloni of Oni, like your own father that came into office and started borrowing money as if there's no resources in Nigeria. Peter Obi achieved all the projects he did without single loan, no bonds. So there was public financial report that was done by the Accountant General Office and that was published annually. The Anambra State was debt free. It cleared gratitude areas, no gratitude owned, no LG servants were owned, no civil servants were owned money. It cleared pension, arrears salaries, nobody was owned. Those are the things he did. And he became the best governor on prudent management given by Nigerian Union of Journalists 2013. Wọ́n lè fún bàbá yín ní award yẹn kò gbárí tó fi kúrò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ 8 years. Best governor on education, I've said it. National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria bàbá yín ò gbà tó fi kúrò ńbẹ̀. Best governor on MDG implementation given by OSAP, MDGs and UNDP. Your father no get that. He was the silver bed man of the year 2011. Your father never had it. UNDP recognition was given for MDG achievement in Anambra. Your father never got it. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation gave him Best Governor Award 2012. Your father never got it.
4 F1 please.
Emma Binu 4.
O shock them. O shock wọn gidi. 4 F1. Gbé dunle.
At this point ẹ ṣe gan. Ẹ jẹ́ ká primary school that he went. He asked classmates from primary school. They can verify. They can testify. He doesn't go to primary school with ghosts that have disappeared in the graveyard. He went to secondary school. The secondary school name is there. We have the name. He has classmates that can verify, that can testify, that can witness to the fact that Peter Obi went to school. He went to NYC. He has colleague, he has mate that did NYC together. They can verify, they can testify. He went to university with baba yin oni classmates àwọn òkú ló bá lọ sí school wọn jẹ́ sí available. And Peter Obi has father. We know where his father is from. We can tell agboolé tó ti wá. Ó ṣe bí ti bàbá yín tó dẹ́ pé ìyá mọ́gàjì lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ máa ń sọ story ẹ̀ bàbá yín ò ní bàbá àmọ́ bí tó ti jáde. Peter Obi has mother àmọ́ bí tí ìyá ẹ̀ ti wá ó ṣerú kú wọn gbé lọ ṣerú lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ Dùmọ̀tà wọn gbàgbé ẹ̀ kó gba apẹ̀rẹ̀ àjàṣẹ́ látọ̀ṣun lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́. So Peter Obi is that man that you people don't know, and because he has too much grace it's a confusion to all of you, and I think that Yoruba should know more about this man. And let me tell you something, the people in Igbo, they have this industrial revolution mindset. That is part of their culture, their heritage, and it should be a proud to Nigerians. So if this man become the president, there's every possibility that the economic revolution of Nigeria will be turned around. There will be employment, there will be a lot of things that is going to grow that country. And that is what we are waiting for, because we want a government that can provide electricity for the people, that can provide water access, that can provide access to healthcare service, universal coverage for people to have access to treatment, care and support services, that can promote and expand our life so that people in Nigeria can live longer. Right now, Nigeria is one of the countries with the least life expectancy. We don't want that. We want a country where pregnant women can give birth without being afraid. You don't have to go to prayer house and be praying for God in order to go to surgery. You can go into the theater and come back successfully because there will be stable electricity supply. Surgery, generator. I mean, there's so much disaster that APC has brought, and you cannot compare that to what Peter Obi has to offer. If you are not joining the movie trail of NDC, it means you are brain dumb. Eshe?
You are useless.
Yes,
Thousands.
Chai, this man is a big man. When he said he is a millionaire, not just in Nigeria, but that he is a rich man, not just in Nigeria, but in international eyes, I did not doubt him. Just look at profile, look at portfolio. Look at the overqualified. Do you know what it means that someone is overqualified? That's what P2B is. And let me show you guys this video, like that documentary you just watched, is made by a Yoruba man. Yes, this one is not even an Igbo man, a Yoruba man that dig deep into P2B's life, both past and future. That's a wealth that you can trace. That is what P2B has, a wealth that you can trace. There is no part of him that is hidden at all. This man is over busy. They worry that man. I feel like he's chasing this presidential seat, not because he actually needs the money. He doesn't need the money, he already has money, but because he wants to keep himself busy, and also he remembers that he wants to use it and help the people. That is just it. So P2B has been saying that he's not desperate to become a president. No. And when you look at his life, you will see that there is no iota of desperation in him. That is the man that you want him to have time to come and be doing PDF, abi PDA, public display of affection, with his wife in the public for you, so that he can be able to convince you that he can rule Nigeria. So all this qualification, if all of this qualification did not convince you, my sister, my brother, nothing again will convince you. And to be honest, you are not our audience. The people that we need to tell about P2B, when they see or when they watch this video, they will know that what we have been saying is actually true. Any other person that watched this video and still doubting this man, you are just a witchcraft, let me put it that way. So my people, if you're able to watch this video up to this moment, I really appreciate you. If this is your first time of coming across my channel, please do what to subscribe. Okay, I will see you in my next video. Bye for now. Continue being an obedient.